Hey, how you doing out there? I'm Chris. I'm a gearhead and I live in Las Vegas. But funny as it is, I am not in Vegas today. Today, I'm in Maui, Hawaii, and I'm on my 1 year wedding anniversary. And today I want to talk about one of the best Keytars you could bring with you while you are traveling. So, come on over. So I'm gonna do a quick pan around just so you see where I am. You can see a nice little hotel resort behind me, and behind that is the ocean. So you could definitely tell that I am not in I am not in Las Vegas today. I am in Maui, Hawaii at my hotel, and I've got a quick little bit of time to talk about keyboards and synthesizers. And of course, I love keyboards and synthesizers no matter where I am. So today I want to talk about one of the best keyboards you could take with you when you're traveling and you can't bring a whole bunch of gear with you. So let's say you're on a vacation and you've got time away and you have a studio at home, and you know, even though you're on vacation and you're out playing, you still want to get a little bit of practice in, or you still want to write songs if you have a burst of inspiration. Now, I can't bring a grand piano with me. I can't bring a full-size keyboard with me. It'd be too much cost for shipping and all of that, and too much mess to get in and out of the airport, and goodness forbid, the airplane loses your keyboard, they lose your musical instrument, you're gonna like freak out, dude. So the last time I was in Hawaii, in Waikiki, I did a tutorial and a review on the Carry-On 88 key fold-out keyboard. Now, what is the Carry-On 88 key fold-out keyboard? Dude, it's an 88 key keyboard. They're mini keys, but it like folds out like an accordion into a piano key set, dude. So you can basically play keys. You would like unfold like piano keys and you play it like on a desktop. Dude, it couldn't have been any more portable and any more convenient than what you would need. Now, I'm a big fan of Keytars, I'm a big fan of synthesizers, and I needed something portable to bring with me on the plane. And I noticed whenever you're traveling, you always see those dudes who bring guitars on the plane. They have their violins on the plane, their flutes, saxophone. More or less, musicians are paranoid and superstitious about their music instruments. They want to bring them with them everywhere. They want to practice everywhere they go. Music is not just a hobby, it's kind of a way of life. So I decided I wanted to go through my Keytar collection and see which Keytar I wanted to bring with me. Now, when you want to consider bringing a musical instrument with you on a vacation or whenever you're traveling, basically you want something portable, you want something light, you want something that you like to play, that's easy to play, something you played before, something that you probably won't scream your head off if it gets lost, right? So, I had two keyboards I was thinking about. There is the DX100, which is a small FM synthesizer from the 1980s, I believe 1986, and it came between that and the Yamaha Sonogenic. So this Keytar was my Keytar that I won the Condom Couture contest in Las Vegas. Now, sadly enough, a couple of the condoms fell off of the Keytar, so I decided to rip all the condoms off of the Keytar. But that made me a little sad. So I decided to keep the fringe on my Sonogenic because the fringe is just everything, dude. It's everything. So, what are the advantages to having a small little Sonogenic Keytar with you? Well, it's lightweight. It's not expensive. It's got its own built-in sounds, but as well as it's got Bluetooth MIDI in it, so you can control like a DAW app with this Keytar if you don't happen to like any of the onboard sounds that are within this guy. The onboard sounds are not bad, they're pretty good, and it has an even little speaker in this guy, so you could play and listen to yourself stand alone. You don't have to plug it into an amp. Or you could plug earphones into it so you can play even on the plane and practice, and it's not gonna bother anybody, except my husband always says the sound of the clicking when I'm playing keys makes him crazy, which is funny because there's a lot of couples where where the spouse doesn't play keyboard and the other spouse does play keyboard, and it's always the same. It's the clicking, even if you're playing with your earphones on. it always annoys the other one, the clicking. Well, I'm sorry. What I tell my husband is I can't play the instrument without hitting the keys. That's just how it works. And he's like, we'll just play a softer song or play play lighter. And it's just like, you know, that's just restricting my creativity. So let's look at this keyboard and I'll tell you all the good and bad things when it comes to travel. So when it comes to the Yamaha Sonogenic, it's pretty good Keytar. It's not that heavy. It's not very big. It's got mini keys on it. It's got, 3 octaves on it, but of course you could change the octave levels. You could put your octaves up. You could put your octaves down. My favorite thing is the Bluetooth MIDI on it, but of course it has its own standalone patches on it, so you could use them. Now, in order to use the Bluetooth MIDI, first we turn this baby on. Where did it say? I don't know if you could see it. Hello, welcome to Sonogenic. What you do is you go up right above the computer LED screen and you hit the function button right there until, here, function, keep hitting the function button until it brings you to, see, MIDI, Bluetooth MIDI, and you're going to keep hitting the buttons until it hits the Bluetooth that you want. Bluetooth MIDI is on, and then we're going to hit the exit button. Yay, Bluetooth MIDI. Now, the sounds on this guy are pretty cool. Sounds are not bad. One thing though, I accidentally broke the volume knob off of my Keytar. Why? I didn't do it on purpose. What happened was I hung this Keytar on my wall kind of like a trophy after I won that condom Keytar contest. And basically I was copying that girl Pink and the Keytar Cat because I think her Keytars look so freaking awesome on the wall. And this is my lightest Keytar, so I thought I would hang it up on the wall, and it totally fell off. And honestly, this light little 6-pound Keytar, the only thing that broke off on it was the volume knob. Now, I didn't lose the volume knob, not in theory. The volume knob is somewhere in my studio. Whenever I pack up my studio, I will run into that volume knob someday. So the positives about bringing a Keytar with you on a plane. Now, what I love about being a musician is that it's a passion when you play music. It's something that you love. It's something that you bring with you everywhere. So I knew I would go a little bit mad, even though I'm on my wedding anniversary. I needed to play some kind of music. I needed that time to like decompress, even after I've had a long day, even when I'm on vacation. So, hence the Keytar. Again, it has its own standalone sounds in it if you want to practice on your own. It's got the Bluetooth MIDI is what I use mostly. And I use the Bluetooth MIDI to play music off of GarageBand. Why am I trying to use GarageBand? I'm a DAW-less kind of musician, and I found that I need really a lot of practice in recording music on a DAW. So I'm using GarageBand to teach myself how to use a DAW. So the coolest thing I've noticed, and the most positive thing I've noticed about this Keytar and bringing it on a plane is that it's lightweight. I didn't need to pack it. They didn't make me check it. All I did was strap it onto my back and carry this onto the plane just like that. And the coolest thing is all the TWA agents, all of them laughed. A lot of them congratulated me on my musical instrument. They said it was cool because they had seen so many guitars and saxophones and violins. But I don't know, nobody has seen a Keytar on the plane, I guess, for a while, which is something that I really love. I really love that I'm learning how to play a DAW with this little Sonogenic. I really love its versatility. I really love the weird sounds that are in it. And honestly, if you were gonna bring a Keytar with you on a vacation, I would suggest this one. It's lightweight. It's like 6 pounds. Again, they didn't make me check it, and I would have kind of gone crazy, worried that it would have got bumped around if I had to check it and put it under the plane. So I'm very happy that I didn't have to check it. Again, it has the Bluetooth MIDI, so I could record with it on the DAW. And one of the coolest things was how much the TWA agents really liked that it was a Keytar. Because I'm a child of the 80s, they just fell in love with all the fringe. Now, one of my favorite YouTubers on YouTube is Pink and the Keytar Cat. So I want to thank her for the inspiration of playing Keytars and bringing them everywhere with me. I love how all her Keytars are hanging on the wall. I wish I could hang my Keytars on the wall. I'm like way too scared to do so. So, it's got Bluetooth MIDI. It's got fringe on it. It's got its own built-in sounds. And it's totally portable. It's totally light. And honestly, even though it's a cheapy looking plastic Keytar, I've dropped this dude like a bajillion times. I've knocked into it whenever you're like holding a Keytar. Whenever you're wearing a Keytar and you're walking around and you bang into it, I banged into this Keytar so many times, and it's still around. It's still not broken. It's still with me by some miracle. And honestly, I'm loving this fringe, dude. I wish I could put this fringe on all my Keytars. Now, a big thing that I'm going through right now is I'm trying to fall in love with each and every bit of all the equipment in my studio again. Why? Because it's expensive. It's expensive being a gearhead. It's expensive buying new gear all the time. And I want to make sure that I'm not wasting money. I want to make sure that I'm using all the equipment that I have. Even though if I don't always publicly share my music, I want to make sure that each and every piece in my studio is being utilized, and that I know how to edit, and I know how to play each and every instrument, and that I'm versatile, and that I'm not just going to be stuck on one instrument. And the funny thing is, it's fun and it's challenging and it's cool learning how to use different instruments and making different sounds. So if you are traveling and you happen to need to bring a musical instrument with you, I would totally suggest the Yamaha Sonogenic. Am I in love with the sounds? Not really. Am I in love with the fact that it's got Bluetooth MIDI? Yeah, I dig that, because you can use it as a MIDI controller to play your DAW. You can use the MIDI in order to play another keyboard if that has Bluetooth on it. And of course, the possibilities are endless. If Pink and the Keytar Cat happens to see this video maybe some way, somehow, by all means, keep making videos, girl. I know you just changed jobs. I know that you are dealing with health problems, and I know that you're just living your normal life, and we all have challenges in it. So I would be very happy to encourage you to keep doing what you do. You do inspire, young lady, and I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're keeping on top of your health, not only your physical health, your mental health, and I would suggest the same for each and every one of you out there. I use music as a tool. I use music as a tool to keep myself a little bit sane, to keep myself creative, and to basically, as a psychiatrist, to keep myself in a place to where I'm on top of my mental health. And of course, I want to be artistically creative as possible everywhere I go. Again, it's lightweight. It's got its own sounds. It's got Bluetooth MIDI. And people kind of laugh and smile and smirk at you when you're walking around with a Keytar. And honestly, I kind of dig the attention. I hope everybody is keeping safe and happy and healthy out there. And I just want to wish you all the best of days. And thank you from Maui, Hawaii. And happy anniversary. Big hugs. Oh, before I go, one more thing. One of the watchers of my channels, they live in Hawaii, and I promised them if they really needed a Keytar and they really wanted a Keytar that bad, that I would bring a Keytar to Hawaii and I would give it to them. Now, I have no idea what island they live on, but if you happen to live on the island of Maui and you really need a Keytar that bad, I would be more than happy to meet you at the mall and give you this Keytar. I will admit, this is not my favorite Keytar, but there are a lot of features in it that I really, really love, and I'm sure you'll get a lot of miles out of it, you'll get a lot of practice time out of it, and you'll totally enjoy playing it. I hope you dig it. If you want the Keytar and you want to meet me, I'm here until Tuesday the 11th in Maui, so if you happen to be on the island of Maui and you happen to want a Keytar, and if you're the same person who watches my videos and asks for a Keytar, I will give you this Keytar. Just put a comment in the comments and tell me, hey Chris, I would love to have your Keytar as a gift if you would be happy enough to give it to me, and I would be happy enough to give it to you because I believe in art and I believe in creativity and I believe in sharing, dude. I believe in sharing things that you love, dude. And if this is gonna go to a nice home, if this Keytar is gonna go to a nice home, I would love it to go to you. So if you do live in Maui and you live in Hawaii and you're the same dude who wanted a Keytar, it's yours. Just leave a comment in the comments and tell me if you want to meet at the mall before Tuesday the 11th, and I'll meet you at the mall and I will give you my Keytar. Big health hugs and happiness from Maui, Hawaii. This is Chris. Hugs.